Hi friends, in this video we are going to learn about historical background chapter 1 of Lakshmikant. In this video we are going to memorize easily all the act and regulations. Let us see the historical background introduction first and Regulating Act of 1773 and Pitch India Act, every act separately we can see. Then we have one tabular column to differentiate it and we can memorize it easily. Be patient and watch the video till the end. First, let us see the introduction about historical background. There are only four simple points. First, British who gave the exclusive charter right. Then, who gave Diwani rights. Then, after 1815, what happened. Then, by whom Constituent Assembly was formed. Simple questions. Let us start. First, British came to India in 1600 as traders only. That we all know. As East India Company only they came. Exclusive right to trade. It is a charter given by Queen Elizabeth. From that only they came to India. Then after coming to India in 1765 they got Diwani rights. Diwani rights is nothing but trading rights. It was over revenue and civil justice. Okay, it was got for Bengal. Who gave it? Mughal Emperor Shah Alam. That I didn't write in the notes, just include it. Mughal Emperor Shah Alam only gave the Diwani rights. In 1857, what happened? That is the Great Revolt that we know. 1858, after Sepoy Mutiny, British Crown assumed direct responsibility for governance in India. Before that, 1857, the company was ruling India, but now British Crown, the Queen started ruling India. It was a major change actually. Then M.N. Roy, he was a pioneer of communist movement in India. Please note it, it is very important. Then Constituent Assembly was formed in 1946 because of him only. Then January 26, 1950, Constituent Assembly came into being. Okay. Then Regulating Act of 1773. Regulating Act is the first step that British government took. So always first step is the foundation step. So it is for foundation of central administration. Okay, the central administration by whom? Not government. It is just by company. Recognize the English East India Company to regulate us. Political and administrative functions were taken care of company, but now we are under the government, not under the any company. Those times it was under company rule. So this introduction about Regulating Act of 1773. Then features of the act. It has only four features. First feature is they changed the Governor of Bengal to Governor General of Bengal. Then individuals, Bombay and Madras, they were subordinate to Governor General of Bengal. They had four executive council members to assist Governor General of Bengal. Okay, executive council was created that time, four members to assist Governor General of Bengal. First such Governor General were Lord Warren Hastings. So it is the first point. Second point is they established a Supreme Court at Calcutta. Calcutta they established. Of course, Supreme Court means you should have judge. It was one Chief Justice and three other justices. Okay. Then company servant. It was now government servant only have this no private trade, no bribe that rules. But now they before company servant rule was not to take any bribe and not to engage in any private trade. The point is COD report RCM. COD means Court of Directors. RCM means Revenue, Civil, Military Administrations. Everything should be reported by Court of Directors to British government. That's it. Next act after Regulating Act of 1773 is Act of Settlement. Act of Settlement, you should add 1773 plus 8. You get 1781. That is the year of Act of Settlement. It is just to rectify the defects in Regulating Act of 1773. That's it. Act of Settlement is over. Then Pitt's India Act of 1784. To remember year of Pitt's India Act, add 1773 plus 11. You get 1784. Okay. Then in Pitt's, double T is there. So it's double garment. Pitt's means always double garment only. It is more important. Double government, they separated the political and commercial activities of the company. Commercial activities will be overseen by court of directors and political activities will be done by board of directors. So now RCM came under the control of BOD. Before it was under COD only. Significance of the act is now the company territories were called as British possessions in India. That is, British government came into being, so British took supreme control over the territories. The company affairs, that is administrative affairs, that's commercial affairs, and political affairs, both were administered under British government. Let us recollect again. First point is about double government, next one is about significance. British possessions in India. That's it. Then we can go to Charter Act of 1833. In this, Governor General of Bengal become Governor General of India. He has CM powers, that is civil and military powers. First, Governor General of India was Lord William Bentinck. Then, Governor General of India. India represents entire territory of British India. It was a thing towards more centralization, so deprived legislative power for Bombay and Madras. Before it was called as regulations, now the law made under this was called as Act. East India Company became purely administrative body. Then in 1833 they tried to introduce UPSC but it failed due to opposition from COD. Now let us differentiate Regulating Act of 1773 and Charter Act of 1833. If you see this difference, you can remember these both act easily. In between only Pitt's India Act is there, that we already learnt very easily. Now let us see. Here, Governor of Bengal was made as Governor General of Bengal. Here, Governor General of Bengal was made as Governor General of India. Here, Bombay and Madras were subordinate only and they were independent. But now it become dependent for legislation. No legislation power to Bombay and Madras. Here, 4 members of Executive Council were there to assist Governor General of Bengal, but here they were given CM powers, that is, civil and military power were given to Governor General of India. First such Governor General of Bengal is Warren Hastings. Here, first one is William Bentinck. So, remember HB. First one is Hastings, next one is Bentinck. Then first itself they created Supreme Court. Supreme Court at Calcutta they created and CJ plus 3I you know. Then tried to introduce civil services. Here Supreme Court was there, they formed Supreme Court, but here civil service were they tried to introduce but they failed. Here COD should report to RCM. Here before the law made was called as regulations, but after they got Madras and Bombay powers, it was called as Act. Now we have come to last act of this video, Charter Act of 1853. In this, legislative and executive power were separated. They considered legislation as an important special function. So they made separate legislative council. They added 6 new members from local representation, that is from Agra, Madras, Bombay and Bengal. First time law making was an special function, that we all know. Then legislative council they called in terms of many names, Governor General Legislative Council or Indian Legislative Council or Central Legislative Council or mini parliament. First time lawmaking special function, that we know. Then civil services as an open competition they introduced here only. They tried to introduce in 1833 but they failed. Now here it was successful because of Macaulay Committee 1854. Then EIC rule, company rule to be extended, and they said whenever they feel it can be terminated. In that double quotes, within the double quotes, in the trust for His Majesty, his heir, and successors. That quotes should come. I forgot to say before itself. Please note it. Think you can remember the four act easily now. Uh, See, year alone, let me tell it once again. 1773, it is first year. You should add plus 8 for act of settlement, then plus 11 for 1784 Pitt's India Act, then 1833 plus 20, you get 1853. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Thank you.